we are learning to plan to persuade. So you've chosen to do your speech topic with the purpose of persuading the audience, and you're going to use this hamburger plan here to plan your piece of writing. So the first thing you need to do is to plan your introduction. You have to think of who is persuading and what's the argument that you're trying to persuade people about. So the person who is persuading is me, and I'm going to give a little bit more detail than that. So when I write my speech, I'd say my name, but I'm also going to say my age and that I'm at Ashu School. And my argument that I'm trying to persuade people about is that we should do more sports at school. The next thing you need to do is to think of 3 main points around this, and then you'll elaborate on each of the points by giving some examples. So my first main point is that exercise is good for us. So now I've extended on this idea here that exercise is good for us by adding a couple of examples. So I'm going to talk about how it keeps us fit and healthy and how it makes us skinny and slim. Now I need to think of another main point. And my next main idea is that exercise helps us to learn. And my 2 examples around that are that it helps us to concentrate better when we are getting lots of exercise, and we are more focused, and therefore we achieve more work and better results. Now my 3rd main point, I need to think about that. So the 3rd main point that I'm going to make in my speech is that exercise is good for our well-being. So when we exercise, we feel good and it makes us happier. Now the last thing I need to do in my plan to persuade people is that I need to do my conclusion. And remember, our conclusion restates what our argument was and then what our 3 main points were that we made. So my conclusion is that we should have more sports at school because it's good for us, it makes us learn better and makes us happier. And now I'm going to use this plan here to draft my speech for having more sports at school and trying to persuade people to think the same as me.